Hey guys, it's me. I know it's really early to do another video, but I just thought that I'd give you a little insight if you haven't seen on my Facebook wall that I had gone to the doctor's today because I was having really bad pain in my left knee, and I've been needing to go and get it checked out for a while, but I've just been putting it off because I've been just doing so much, getting ready for World and everything, and I just haven't taken the time to go and get it checked out and catch it early. I went to the doctor today, and when we took the x-rays, when the doctor came back into the room, he told us that it was a lot worse than what he had thought. I have in my knee a piece of bone that has broken off, and it's just floating there. Therefore, the reason I'm so weak and it hurts is because I'm not getting enough circulation and blood flow in there. So there's two outcomes to it. Usually the first steps they try and take to heal it, since I'm young, is we try and go through physical therapy first. And then if that doesn't work and it's still there and it hasn't helped at all, then we go to surgery. So for right now, I have to be immobilized, which is really hard. I don't know exactly how it happened. The doctor said it doesn't have to have trauma to it. It could just sometimes happen from a lot of pressure, which from the sport that I do, it has a lot of pressure, because I use a lot of leg muscle. About my racing, I don't really know. It kind of really all depends on what the doctor says. It's hard. I've been crying because I think it's hard to find out that you have to be immobilized again after just coming off of a broken foot 2 months ago, that you have to go back on crutches, and right before your world show you may not be able to go. If the doctor says, yeah, I can go, then I'll carry on and go with it. But if he says no, I mean, I want to go anyway. But, worst case scenario, in my racing, if my horse slips, if I knock over a barrel and it hits my knee, that could damage it. And really, instead of putting me out for one big race, it could put me out for the rest of my life. So I thought today in this video it's going to be a little longer because I thought for me, I've had kind of a rough starting of a new year for the 2013. So I've had a lot happen to me. And so I thought maybe it would be a good idea that maybe I not share so much of the personal, but that I share like how I got through it, and maybe give some tips and kind of what's going on right now and how I'm doing. Well, recently, as you guys know, I just graduated from 8th grade, so I'll be going to high school, which I'm not too much scared. I'm happy and excited about it. I think I'm more scared of the part of knowing that it's kind of the real life, and I'm going to get to experience everything in a short amount of time of only 4 years before I go off and I'm on my own and I'm in college. And to think that these 3 years went by fast, the next 4, I'm pretty sure are going to go even faster. So, I mean, in the beginning of the year, in January 24th, 2013, I broke my foot. And I was out for 9 weeks in total. And it was really hard because I was totally done. I had a cast on my foot, and I couldn't do anything. And for someone to go through that is hard, and it takes a lot of strength to really get through it. I mean, I broke down in the doctor's office when hearing that I was going to have to be in a cast, and I couldn't do softball, I couldn't ride my horses, I couldn't do anything. And it was my first time being in a cast and on crutches. And I think hearing that you're not allowed to do the sport that you love, it's a lot. And it takes a lot, because it's just kind of like you get a slap in the face, I think, is what it kind of feels like. And I don't know. I think some of the tips for getting through it is just don't push everybody away. Because the people that care for you, which are your parents, and if you have a brother or sister, and or your friend, your close friend, just whatever you do, don't push them away, because they're gonna help you through it, and they're gonna be there for you, and you need to keep them as close as possible, because it's gonna be really hard. And no matter how much you may want to be alone, don't, because then you're gonna start thinking of the worst possible outcomes and the worst possible things, because you're alone and you're thinking about, oh my gosh, this just happened to me. What's going to happen in the future? Is this going to affect my future? I never be really alone and like thinking, because it just leads to so much. And when you push those that you love away, it's hard to get them back, because they feel that even though you've gone through that and they should still be there, but they still feel that that you don't need them, and that you're just done and you don't want anybody. But really you do, you just don't realize it. I mean, it's only been my first day for this, and I tried pushing my mom away, but we've already been through this before, and you know, it's a little bit harder now, I think, too, because my parents are divorced. I mean, they are in the separation, getting into the divorce, and for me, it's a lot harder, because I had just had my mom there, and I'm used to having two parents always there in the doctor's office, or just with me all the time. So that's another thing that happened this year. And if you ever, if anyone's ever gone through that, they're gonna know how it feels. And I mean, if anyone's out there and they're actually going through it, what I've learned is never push your two parents away. Don't blame it on yourself either. Don't think, oh, it's because of me, because it's not. It just didn't work. I mean, my parents have been together. My dad met my mom when she was 19. That's about a half a lifetime they spent together. They've had really good memories, and they love you both dearly. So don't think that it's just because of you, because they love you dearly and they want to protect you. And yeah, it's gonna be hard, but you'll get through it, and I promise it will get better. Right now, in my life right now, everything's actually been pretty good. I mean, I haven't had a lot of situations of being in the drama zone during the summer. It's all kind of really came into place and kind of worked as in a puzzle piece, which I think everything does in life, because people are maturing, and the more you get older, the more they're going to mature, and the more they're going to realize it, and the more you're going to realize it, and it's just going to get better as you get older, even though it's going to get hard. Right now, in this present moment, I mean, I have a lot of friends that are supporting me, and I think that's something that you need too, is just a support system, which I think is great, because if you are actually having a fight with one of your parents, you don't need to go to the other one. You can go to one of your friends that you trust dearly and vent to them. And I have friends that are like that. I'm not saying go and tell the whole world. I'm just saying make sure you can have someone, which I think everybody does, whether it's your sister or your closest best friend. As me being a girl, I guess I can go into the subject of guys. I mean, I wasn't really allowed to date through my middle school years. I think I finally just got the okay, like, in April. Something like that, yeah. Because, I mean, when you're ready, you're ready. Even though I thought I was ready and I still did it in my 8th grade year, I sort of regret trying to have relationships because you guys are both still, like, young, even though you guys are in your teens and you're 14. But it's still hard, and I mean, I think your 8th grade year should just be more about your school and if you have a sport that you do. That should probably be all that you really pay attention to, because you're planning for the rest of your high school career, like your high school career, and what you're going to be setting up to do. And your 8th grade year is going to set your classes. So, I mean, right now, I mean, I met a cute boy, and he's nice and really sweet, and I've been talking to him for, I think, a few days now. I mean, I knew him, but I never thought of him as, like, kind of a boyfriend figure. But now that I've been talking to him more, I've been realizing that, yeah, he's a good guy, and yeah, maybe he could be a good boyfriend. But I'm not going to move fast with him, because I've learned when you move fast, it kind of all crashes. So, I mean, I'm just going to take my time with this one, because I don't really want to mess it up. Yeah. So, that's about all I wanted to talk about. I guess, I mean, I didn't really go into detail to a lot of things, but I kind of covered what happens when, and gave some hints of what happens when you get bad news that you can't do your sport, and some, I guess, life advice, I guess, when you're young. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Add me as a friend on Facebook, and I'll leave the link below. Subscribe so you can get updates and new videos, and I hope all is well, and God bless all of you.